Welcome back to Silicophilic. A while back, my PC started acting a bit off. Random lag, small glitches, occasional freezes. Nothing serious, but enough to feel like something wasn't right. While looking into it, I came across a feature in Windows 11 that I hadn't really paid attention to before: Quick Machine Recovery. I hadn't actually used it at the time, but I knew what it was meant for. It's designed to step in when your PC fails to start, usually after a bad update, driver issue, or some deeper system problem. So, recently I decided to check it out properly and see how it actually works in practice. And here is what I found. Quick Machine Recovery, the silent helper. If your PC fails to start because of a bad update, driver issue, or system conflict, it steps in automatically. Instead of leaving you guessing, it can do these: diagnoses the issue, sends diagnostic data to Microsoft, looks for a known fix, and if available, downloads and applies it automatically. All of this happens before you even start troubleshooting manually. So I decided to check if it was even enabled. How I made sure Quick Machine Recovery was actually turned on. After learning about it, I didn't want to wait for a failure to find out if it works. I wanted to make sure it was ready. So here is exactly what I did. I opened Settings, went into System, then clicked on Recovery, and there it was: Quick Machine Recovery. On most systems, it's already turned on by default, but I made sure it was enabled anyway. Then I turned on the option Automatically Check for Solutions. This is important because this is what allows Windows to actually look for fixes when something goes wrong. What happens when things go wrong? To really understand it, I tried stimulating a failure. After a couple of forced failed boots, something interesting happened. Instead of jumping straight into manual recovery, Windows triggered Quick Machine Recovery. I watched as it ran a diagnosis, connected to the network, attempted to find a solution. If there had been a known issue like a buggy update affecting multiple systems, it would have downloaded a fix automatically. That's the key idea here. This feature is most powerful when the problem is widespread and Microsoft already has a solution ready. What if Quick Machine Recovery doesn't find a fix? Here is the part I liked. It doesn't leave you stuck. If no solution is found, Windows smoothly transitions into the standard recovery environment. From there, you still have full control over these troubleshoot options: reset this PC, advanced. So Quick Machine Recovery does not replace recovery, it just tries to fix things before you have to step in. A small setting that changes everything. There is one more detail that stood out. By default, Windows checks for a fix only once, but you can change that. Inside the same settings page, you can adjust how often it retries, like every 10 minutes or 30 minutes. That means if a fix becomes available later, your system can automatically retry and apply it. Still, for most people, the default setting works just fine. When the automatic fix doesn't work, what happens next? As I continued testing Quick Machine Recovery, I wanted to see how far it actually goes when things don't get fixed automatically. Here is what happens behind the scenes. Once the system finishes diagnosing your PC, it tries to connect to the internet and check if Microsoft has a fix available for that specific issue. If a solution exists, it gets downloaded and applied automatically. No manual work needed. But in my case, there wasn't any real problem to fix. So after the check, Windows simply showed a message saying that the computer couldn't be repaired. And interestingly, it also provided a path to log files. These contain detailed information about what system just tried to do in the background. From there, pressing enter takes you straight into the Windows recovery environment. Now this is where you still have control. Inside the environment, you can actually run Quick Machine Recovery again. When you select it, the system performs another round of checks, sending diagnostic data again and looking for any newly available fixes. This loop can be repeated multiple times, but here is the practical reality. This only really helps if it's a known issue affecting many users and Microsoft is actively working on a fix. In those cases, retrying might actually pull in a solution. If not, it's better to move forward. At that point, you can click on Troubleshoot, which opens the full set of recovery tools. From there, you can select Reset this PC if you want a fresh start, or go into advanced options for tools like Startup Repair, System Restore, or Command Prompt. And if you ever decide you don't want this feature active, you can simply go back into Settings and turn off Quick Machine Recovery from the same page. This feature tries to fix things automatically, gives you another shot if needed, and then smoothly hands control back to you when it's time to step in. Why this feature actually matters. After going through all this, I realized something important. Most people only discover recovery tools after something breaks. But Quick Machine Recovery is different. It's proactive. It's designed to reduce panic during boot failures, automate fixes for known issues, and save you from unnecessary troubleshooting. And the best part, it works quietly in the background. So now, before I install updates or make major changes, I make sure this feature is enabled. Because when something goes wrong, it's not about known every fixes. It's about having the right system in place. Quick Machine Recovery might not solve every problem, but when it works, it can save you a lot of time. That's how Quick Machine Recovery works on Windows 11 and why it's worth checking before you actually need it. If this video helped, consider liking and subscribing for more practical Windows tips. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next video.